everything inside these museums in Washington, D.C. What is Trump saying?
Yeah, and just a reminder to our viewers, he ordered this review. The White House said that this was in order to make sure that our historical museums, the U.S. historical museums, were aligned essentially with the Trump agenda. But then he put out this post, and it's not surprising because he uses the word woke, but there are certainly elements of it that I think many people will take issue with. He says specifically, the Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. I think it's probably clear from here the part that many people might take issue with, the idea that the Smithsonian is somehow saying how bad slavery is when slavery was a very dark part of the United States history. It also appears from this that he wants to take out reference to slavery, or to, he uses the word unaccomplished, the downtrodden have been, which is not entirely clear what that means. But these museums do exist in order to tell the story of the United States and of America and of our history and culture. And the tragedy of slavery is certainly a part of that. This is really exactly what people were concerned about when they first heard about this review, that it would somehow remove critical parts of American history. Of course, if he is talking about removing reference to slavery, that would fall right into that category.
Yeah.